Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! Yes. In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Higgins here. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode, we've left the last chance saloon and now we're heading to see who we are excited to watch in this Chelsea team in the 25-26 season. Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. We're back again. I'm your host, Mike. I'm joined in a normal, calm, serene room right now. Virtual room, of course. Roaring with some lions. I got Berth. I got Ollie. Monday show on a Monday. And team, moments of the weekend, please.
Giving Chris a bit of a break, aren't we? He's been holding the football
He's been
down.
burnt out, hasn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair though, Ollie, to be fair, I've done 3 out of 4, 4 out of 5 now.
Mate,
so that's
honestly,
pretty good for me.
I understand. Yeah, like I am. I got some catching up to do.
I prefer not to speak about...
Yeah, you're always
Chris.
here, host. Nobody cares.
Well, I prefer to treat Chris like Mudrick. He exists. We will acknowledge at times he exists, but we don't really want to talk about it. No, don't.
Yeah.
But Ollie, weekend. What did you do? Quiet one.
Nothing. Yeah, quiet
Fuck's
one.
sake.
Listen. We might have to replace this segment in the end.
What did Ollie not do this weekend?
I worked this weekend, and that's really boring. Like, nobody wants to hear about me typing away on a computer all weekend. Like, that's dull.
Berth, what did you do?
I had a quite good one, to be fair. We my cricket club every year do this like bongos bingo. They do their own version of that. And that's always a good night. It's really fun. So I did that Saturday, and yeah, just a standard football Sunday, cricket Saturday. Yeah, it was good. Good weekend.
Very sporty, Berth, aren't you?
I'm a true athlete.
You are,
Oliver. True
That is
athlete.
Look, on Thursday, I left everybody in suspense about my cinema doubleheader weekend.
Oh yeah,
Big reveal. Oh, I don't have the. Do I have the harp still? Oh, I sort of do. Where is it? There it is. That's going back in time. Oh well.
I like the harp. I do like the harp.
Well, on Saturday, I saw Superman. Absolutely loved it. It did take a moment for me to let go of my attachment to Henry Cavill, but David Corrin Sweat, quite brilliant in the role. Fair play. Nicholas Hoult nailed it as Lex Luthor. But for me, the real scene stealer was not what I expected. It was Crypto the Super Dog. I love that dog. It was just, honestly, just watch it. It's just take yourself away from what Superman used to be with the Schneiderverse. It's worth it. It's worth going. And then on Sunday, it was time for the Fantastic Four. That's what I call our team. But it was actually a film. I watched the film, and previous attempts at that franchise have been as hit and miss as Potter's Chelsea era, to be fair. But this one is worth your time. Another great movie. And of course...
Do you guys remember the old Fantastic Four franchise? The one
yes.
from like the early
the
sort of like
terrible
2000s. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The one that's really bad. Like it starts out
They're
all like astronauts or something on the space station,
Yeah.
and that's how they get their powers.
Here's a question for you though: who of us are the Fantastic Four? Like, which one's which out of the 4 of us?
That's a really good question.
I'm
Berth,
just
you're
Chris is the
invisible-
thing. Chris is the
Berth,
thing.
You're the
Chris is the
invisible woman,
thing.
Berth, because you're never here.
I'll tell you what, mate. After your track record recently,
It's
you're
gotta be
the invisible
historical.
woman.
Chris is the thing. I don't know which one of me and Mikey's probably you, the Human Torch, Mikey.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
think I think Mike is the what's the main one? Is the main one Mr. Fantastic, whatever he's called?
Oh, my
Is that-
superhero power is I
You
can
know why?
stretch. Yeah,
because he's flexible. That's why.
Exactly.
He always
I like
changes
that.
his schedule for this show for you.
That's true.
Listener.
That's true.
I'm
That's-
I
the
guess-
Human Torch, and then Ollie's.
Yeah, I'll be the invisible woman then.
I had to throw in this. I also had some chicken selects from McDonald's on Saturday night. Not a sponsor. I was with my girl. It was a bloody good weekend. It was.
Do you know what?
I
McDonald's, if you do want to sponsor us,
Yeah,
Please. You know-
I'll take free chicken selects all day long.
Yeah, I'll have a mayo chicken or something. Yeah.
But I do have a
and that
football
sums you
highlight.
up, Ollie.
I have
Oh,
a
shut up, bro.
I have a football highlight, but it's not from a game. Do you remember former Blue Neil Sullivan?
No.
Who can forget?
Right. Some listeners will remember. We signed him from Spurs during Roman Abramovich's literal first season as our owner.
Wimbledon legend as well.
That is so true. And it turns out he's gone from winning 3 points on a Saturday to doing 3-point turns because he's now a fully qualified driving instructor in the Harrogate area.
Nice.
I'm not joking. Look, listeners, if by some miracle you're in Harrogate, is it Harrogate or Harrogate?
I think either's
Harrogate.
acceptable.
I would say
Harrogate.
Harrogate.
But if you are in that area, you're learning to drive, please get in touch. This absolutely fascinated me. Honestly, I'd love to know what other random jobs ex-footballers have ended up doing. It just fascinates me. Like, imagine being their colleague and going, you're Neil Sullivan, you're whoever, another player. Like, imagine, I can't think of another
That would be
player.
so random, wouldn't it? Like if you were like a Wimbledon fan or whatever, you just happen to live in Harrogate, like your son's learning to drive or something, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like Yuri Yarosik serving you a coffee at Starbucks. It'd be like, what? You're Yuri Yarosik? Right. And if anyone's wondering why I haven't mentioned a certain Pedro de la Vega goal, you'll see in Shevva Shoutouts. So with that, I move to Shevva Shoutouts because here we go. El House 75, good shout on Mike Carvalho. He's the Vidic to Terry's Rio. But because it's Chelsea, it doesn't get the plaudits by other fan bases. One of the most underrated players in the history of the Prem. Agreed, Chris. Garnacho is one of the ones I truly hate. There are players I rate, but fan bases overglazing him make me dislike it. He walks into the most punchable face Premier League 11. First name on the team sheet. Second name is Bruno. If you can get him up to hit from simulating a foul, there's a future. Most punchable 11. There's a draft for us.
You have Richarlison up top for sure.
Azza looks like Garnacho is more likely. Lee B53. Alexander from Las Vegas here. It's currently 106 Fahrenheit, which translates to 41 Celsius. And on
that.
I know. On the hot days. Hot days. But genuinely. While I'm out working, you guys are always a bright spot in my days, whether I'm out putting Coca-Cola on the shelves or at home with my 2 dogs. Thanks for the weekly boost of serotonin. And always keep up the good work. Cheers. Thank you. And thanks for braving the heat, because aircon is invented for that exact reason.
Yeah. I hope your dogs do all right with that kind of heat. That's very hot for them.
Adam. All right, fellas. Adam from Byron Bay in Australia here. Been a fan since the 1970s. Did we do a show back then?
Yeah. Chris was
Chris
about
did.
53.
My first game was Chelsea versus Charlton in 81-82. Oh, wow. I waited.
Wait, you're a veteran, mate.
Yeah, wow. It's awesome. I waited my whole bloody life for some glory and handed my season ticket in and emigrated to Oz the very season that Jose won us the Prem. Jose. I've got to get that pronunciation right. Jose. Let me get it right. Won us the Prem. Thank me later for that. Anyway, I love listening to you lot carrying on, but Berth and Chris need a special mention. Top boys. Cheers, lads, up the Chelsea. There you go, Berth.
Thank you. Thank
There
you.
you go. Heat ray.
Ollie's also a top lad, though. Let's not forget Ollie.
Ollie's, he's got no ball knowledge.
Do you know what?
But
Berth
he's
and
all right.
Chris are top lads, and I am also here. So let's move on.
Heat rave. Fofana needs to move on, and we need to move on from Fofana. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall joined last year and played 38 games for us. Fofana has played 34 in 3 years. It's unforgivable. I'm sorry. Best ability is together team availability.
Dewsbury-Hall played 38 games last season. Is that right?
In all competitions, yeah.
That's
Fofana might catch
mad.
him up now, though. You know, little spoiler for the news segment.
Yeah. Taylor, Mike.
Larcamon replaced him. And for Cruz Azul.
I've gone too early with that sound. Mike, how about that Pedro de la Vega goal? Do you mean this beauty? Let me play it.
They are rock bottom right now. De la Vega!
Oh!
Outrageous.
Honestly.
It's a ridiculous goal. It's one of the best goals I've ever seen.
I could not, but I don't know what's more surreal. The fact that, one, it was in deep into the 90th minute in stoppage time. 2, it was the 7th goal of the night. Or 3, that it hit the post, the back post, the other post, and then popped out. It's so good. It's honestly one of the best goals I've ever seen. It would
Do you
be
know what it
already
is?
in my top 3. Wow.
It's Van Basten's volley, but
Oh, it's
better if you
gorgeous.
haven't seen it. And on the other side.
There's something so satisfying of it hitting each of those parts of the goal. I was like, oh man, 7-0. 7. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. That was honestly. Berth. I know how you're thinking. Don't worry.
Sensational.
Because it was.
Oh.
James, Chelsea are actually the best at selling. 52 million for Madueke, 45 million for Joao Felix, 25 for Petric, 15 for Humphries, 15 for Amugu, 5 for Kepa, 25 for Broja.
That's like
still-
170 odd million.
And that's
Quick
still
maths.
without talking about Vega, Chilwell, Disasi, Ugochukwu, Sterling, and Kunku and Jackson, which could be another 150 million. Not too bad. Yeah.
Crikey. Yeah.
He
But to
did
be
add-
fair, remember, we are going to buy about 17 players.
He did add
With
as
all
well
that
3
money.
hours ago, and now Dewsbury-Hall's leaving. I don't want him to go. We're going to touch on that in a minute. Jamali, hate the fact we might lose Tyrique George because all this club does is sign loads of wingers. Again, we'll touch on that in news. Jerry, another great episode, gents. Keep up the good work. Never miss an episode. I see Nicholas Jackson as the 3rd choice striker. If that is the case, I think now is the time to sell him if an offer comes in. His value will only go down. Your thoughts? Also, please don't forget my question on how the podcast got started. Thanks. Well, is he the 3rd? I don't think his value is going to go down. I don't.
I can't see it.
No.
Especially
No,
if,
that doesn't happen.
especially if someone like Newcastle have been sniffing around and stuff. Chelsea say they want 80 million or whatever. Like I don't think it'd be that high if we did sell him, but I can't see his value dropping below like 65 million.
No. The pod that was Berth. Generally, I toyed with the idea, but I'd never mentioned it. And Berth approached me, spoke about the idea, and that is literally how it happened. Like genuinely, and then Berth brought Chris on, and I brought Ollie on. That is literally how it started, though, isn't it, Berth?
Yeah, literally, it's just it was a conversation one day. I slid into the DMs. I thought, why not? I think it was around just before COVID. It was a couple of seasons before that, weren't it? So
It was 2019
Yeah.
June. Yeah,
yeah,
It's a
so
long
it
time ago.
weren't far away, was it? So yeah, it's crazy how it's just
It is.
snowballed.
It really is. Kiord88. Hi guys, keep up the good podding. In terms of ex-players, I'd bring back into current squad. I'm surprised no one has mentioned the legend that is Cudicini, or even better, the Judas Thibaut Courtois, considering the goalkeeper situation. I see the argument there. I look, Cudicini's so underrated. He
I want
is
Ed
so
Boy
underrated.
personally.
I don't. I
Oh,
would not like Ed Boy.
yeah, well, that's a throwback. There's some listeners there that will remember exactly what that means.
You know what? Bring back Neil Sullivan.
The driving instructor.
Yeah, drive us off the pitch.
Right, and Check Hassanima. I feel like the sporting directors on the board listened to your latest episode of Keep Sell Alone. They couldn't believe you would all agree on keeping Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, especially Chris. So they decided to sell him on. Chris has something to whine about. Big up to you guys as always. Right, so that means I can quickly. Of course. Oh no! I've got to thank you. What am I doing? That's what a disservice. Thank you for your reviews, thoughts, and everything else. So if you do want yours read out, head over to Spotify, drop a comment in this episode. We'll shout them out on the next show. We appreciate it. Now we can hit some news. Hey, I love this one. It's the charcuterie board of news, and the first story hit us incredibly hard here. We were in talks about postponing this show because we're all in mourning. And it's Dewsbury-Hall to Everton. Here we go. Happened so quick. I mean, there was rumours he was going to talk to Everton, and then within 40 minutes, I was in Tesco, popped open my phone as I was shopping.
We're always going to remember where we were.
I remember exactly where I was because I opened my phone and saw I just got caught in a heavy downpour of rain. Walked in Tesco on lunch break, just for the record, and saw, here we go, permanent deal. 26 million plus like 4 million add-ons. I'm genuinely sad.
You know what? Yeah, same.
Oh, well, I mean, he leaves.
Come on.
He leaves with his head held high. I mean, to get a scout report episode from At the Bridge Pod, I just you know where you at. You know what you're doing. And
Do you know what? That's his biggest achievement.
And you know what? He leaves with respect because he came into an absolute wave of skepticism. There was the waste of money, the Leicester tax. It's the FIFA Maresca. You can name it. And you know what? He got on with the job. He never kicked up a fuss about his minutes. He never moaned about being played out of position. He just turned up and did exactly what Maresca asked of him in the Conference League.
Hang on, you said he played 38 games. Why would he have moaned?
Exactly. That's the thing.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal.
He always looked proud to wear the Chelsea badge, and he celebrated the moments that he had and that we had as a team. And he left the noise to just everyone else. And you know what? Fair play. I really, really hope he absolutely hits it out the park at Everton, because he's just a great person, decent player. All the best to you. All the best. Can't believe he's gone. He played so many minutes. He played so many minutes.
Berth, what do you think, Berth? I'm interested to hear your take on this.
Mate, I've grown to like him. Like, he's really good professional. He wasn't that bad either. He was a good player. I never watched him and thought, he's genuinely probably the worst player on the pitch. But he genuinely did a job for us, mate. I think because it's Dewsbury-Hall and we got him from Leicester for like 25 minutes, I think he exceeded expectation because he scored goals. He always did well when he came on the pitch. Fair enough, he didn't play much in the Premier League, but I think in that Conference League season, I actually think he's a very important player for us. And those sorts of players are very much the dark horses, the sort of the ones that don't really get the recognition they deserve. I think you need a Dewsbury-Hall in every single team if you're going to be successful. So
damn right. And
I can't believe what I'm hearing, to be honest with you.
What you can believe.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Top that up. £30 million in the bank. Second bit of news is a quick one. Not much to fill you up because we've dined on this for weeks. Jarell Hatto, he's now a Blue. Official, signed, announced. Thoughts? We have none. Moving on. Do you really have any thoughts? I have nothing.
The only thought is wait
weeks.
until we see him play for us. Yeah, we'll watch him play for us and make our decision then.
Yeah.
Right, next one. Burnley out of nowhere set to strengthen their midfield because Orney, he dropped that agreement made with Chelsea to sign Leslie Ugochukwu. I have literally one thought on this. He was bought so he could be flipped for a quick profit because we barely used him, if we're honest.
You know what? He's a decent player. He'll have a decent career. I think it's a good move for Burnley because I think he'll probably be their best player. You would have,
and he'll probably get relegated again.
Well, then that is the best time to sell him, then, isn't it?
Well, perfect means one thing.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Do we know the fee? No one seems to want to talk about fees.
No, I don't think anyone does know the fee. And that is concerning because didn't we buy him for about 35 million? I can't see Burnley paying that.
I've literally found nothing. Oh, Burnley are set to pay over 20 million for Leslie Ugochukwu.
Yeah,
wow.
Not great.
It is just over 20 million. Okay.
They wouldn't have sold him though if it wouldn't have been at least like somewhat financially viable. Right?
Yeah,
like,
that's
they
true.
didn't at least like break even on the deal. So I guess so, but we paid a lot of money for him and it didn't really work out. It's a shame because he's a good player.
True. Tyrique George, he wants to leave Chelsea this month, or the club want him to. We don't know because there was 2 tweets from a certain journalist, and we'll touch on that as well. But apparently, reduced game time is the reason. A permanent move is also possible. It's like, what? Chelsea prefer to keep George, but accept that his desire for regular football might mean he leaves. Bundesliga clubs are keen. I mean, this one really did come out of nowhere. I figured.
Did it come out of nowhere? Like, not in terms of like
shocked.
the rumours, but like, did we not kind of expect this? You know,
I didn't expect him
been
to.
sniffing
if
around
it's true,
Garnacho all summer, and we've bought Gittins, and like
Well,
we're going to
yeah,
go for Siemens, who plays on the left. We've got Pedro now, who plays on the
You
left.
are
Neto also plays on the left at times. Like, there isn't a lot of space for him, is there?
No, you're right. I mean, I looked at why he might have made that decision, and you're right. The left wing spot is so crowded. You got Jamie Gittins. That's an exciting new signing that, let's be honest, most people have already forgotten we made. You've got Mikhailo Mudryk, who we definitely forgot about. You've got Xavi Simons, who looks set to arrive. That's a lot of competition there, and we can't pretend we don't know how this works because we all do. New signings get more chances because they cost money. You toss in then the club's obsession with bringing in Garnacho too, and you're suddenly looking around thinking, where does George fit into this plan? And some of you listening, you two might be the same, won't like to hear this, but I don't see a path from at Chelsea now. You know, the only winger he's ahead of right now is Mudryk, and that's only because George is behaving himself.
That's kind of by default, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's behaving himself. He's not suspended for doping, allegedly.
Do you know, the thing is, with this George news is I'm genuinely very happy for him. He is a symptom basically of the Cobham system working, right? You know, a player who
Yes.
comes up, plays for his boyhood club, still does manage to score a goal, scores a couple, including a really important goal for last season against Fulham. You know, to kind of turn our season around in a lot of ways, and he'll go on to have a pretty good career, I think, wherever he goes. Like for him, he's in a sense he's kind of made it. You know, when he gets that move to a bigger club where he's going to get to play more often at the highest level, and you know he's a Cobham boy. You don't want to see him go. You don't want to see any of them go. But if I'm being brutally honest, I don't think he is our best prospect we've ever made. I think he's a good, serviceable player. I think there's certain traits of his that are strong enough. Do I think he's good enough for Chelsea long term? Probably not. So like, I'm not upset to see him go. If anything, I'm quite happy and excited for George. You know, like I don't feel like we're going to lose anything really in the exchange either. So, I mean, and I think even if we do sell him, maybe we'll have a buyback, maybe we'll have a matching clause, that kind of thing. So you never say never to a return if he does go crazy.
I'd still send him on loan. I would send him playing in a top league, regular football, and then reassess next summer.
I'd like to see him in Germany. Think he'd do well in Germany.
Yeah, why not? Burst, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know what? I think I agree with Ollie. I think he's hit the nail on the head perfectly, really. Do I, at the moment, see him being long-term our starting winger? No, I don't. I don't think anyone can say they do at the minute. Yeah, he's got tons of potential, but that's all it is at the minute. I think for him, he has to go and get game time. And fair play to him. Like a lot of young players now have kind of got the balls to go, you know what, I'm going to go out and play and I'm good enough to start in any team. So that's what I'm going to go and do. They're going to go abroad. They're going to go to a different Premier League team and they're going to do well. So, yeah, I think if we were to sell him, I'd like to see us have like a buyback clause in there. But, I'd be happy for him if he went somewhere, was successful and started week in, week out. Because he's a great player, don't get me wrong. But the minute...
Great lad as well, like God bless him.
Yeah. And he scored a really important goal for us last season against Fulham. Like, I think that gets overlooked. I'd love to see him go and start because I don't think he's going to get that this season at Chelsea.
Fair enough. Next bit of news. We gained 200 followers over the weekend and got a mention on Reddit. Why? Because...
God. What happened? Oh,
no. What did Chris do?
Right. Armando Broja, who seemingly wasn't for sale due to his market price being set at 25 million, has secured a permanent move to Burnley after the club met Chelsea's valuation. That caused a stir on social media because obviously Fabrizio Romano tweeted at us to say that he never said the valuation was 25 million. And I genuinely cannot be asked to get into that discussion. I truly do not give a shit. I saw so many comments and sent, and it was like, you do realise that I'm not an in the know. I didn't state that it was 25 million. I'm just retweeting tweeting what I'd already seen on Instagram. I just don't give a shit. That 200 followers was nice. Yeah. it was only until someone had said, Fabrizio's tweeted you, and I'm like, has he? I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I thought it was because we said about him wrecking the transfer window. And I was like, oh, we're getting cooked now. We'll never live it down.
For one, I'm firmly in the anti-Fabrizio brigade. So, it wouldn't bother me if we were getting called out for doing that because he has ruined the transfer window. And people are starting to see that now as well. I don't know if you've noticed, there's a bit more of a mainstream view now. People aren't happy with him.
Well, what I loved was I was going through that Reddit post someone had sent to me with our caption, and not a single person was rude or bad about us. They were talking about Fabrizio. My favourite bit was someone had put a podcast account masking as an aggregator. Okay. It's like, well, at least that's the only negative. I'll take it. Look, for me, there's many sources have said it's 20 million. So with that, let's discuss.
You know what? We got it so wrong. Hang on, I'm just getting some news from my sources now. Everyone who was rude or mean about us is a dickhead.
Wow,
hey, it means
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
20 million. I mean, what will his legacy be at Chelsea?
That one penalty you won against Man City to make it 4-4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, for me, this guy's 23. Why does it feel like he should be 28 or 29?
Yeah, he feels a lot older.
I had to double check this because I looked back over his career it's wild to even think that he hasn't even hit his prime years yet. And it's a real shame that you say the penalty. I disagree. I think his Chelsea story is defined by that ACL injury in a mid-season friendly against Aston Villa.
Oh, sorry.
which-
I thought you meant like a positive legacy.
Well,
No, it definitely is a bit of a nearly story, isn't it?
2022 that happened. It's just devastating. And I've already ranted enough about why we were even playing that stupid friendly in the middle of a winter break because of the Winter World Cup. That's a whole
you remember
other
that as
conversation.
well? Like that was a bad injury. Like you remember
it's
everyone could hear
awful.
him
The
screaming on the
scream.
TV. Awful.
And finally, time for a PR brief.
Yay! Our favourite.
Come on.
Beat
Let's
us.
go. Let's go. Alejandro Garnacho has given his total priority to Chelsea. Talks took place. Shut up. Took place on the player side. No negotiations yet with Man United, as the price will be a key factor. Timing of the deal not expected to be imminent. Can take some time with Chelsea focused on outgoings. Does anyone wish to add anything to this? Because I am certainly sure we will be talking about this until the end of August.
No, I'm fucking sick of it already, to be honest with you. Like, I'm so sick of this story because I think most people don't really want him to begin with. So, like, just the constant fucking news updates all the time about this or that, about
The opposite of Dewsbury-Hall.
They've done a background check on him, and oh wow,
They asked his mum.
Yeah,
Is he a good player? Yes. Good enough.
I just can't deal with it. I don't want the saga. I don't want the cycle. If we see him holding up a shirt, I think then we can make some more judgments, right? Like, you know, but because in my view, I think Man United are going to hold out for quite a big fee, and I don't know if it'll even happen.
I'll tell you why, and I'll bring Berth in. You know why I think this? Because we're not rushing to complete the deal, because Garnacho has made it very clear he wants to stay in the Premier League. Chelsea are the only Premier League team interested, and that makes us know United will get desperate towards the end of the window to sell and drop the price. Amorim doesn't want him. He wants to stay in the Premier League. It's very smart. If we're going to sign him, you're going to wait it out and go, who's going to blink?
Counterpoint, our owners are obsessed with him. So
they are very obsessed. That is true.
So I could see them paying over the odds for him as well, is the thing. Like, you know, for me, anything over 35, 40 million would be outrageous for him.
What do you think, Berth? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I just I
He's lost
can't.
for words.
I can't. I'm so torn on this transfer because I really have never ever made my mind up on him, ever. And I just don't know it. I don't know how much I'd want to pay for him. I don't know how much I want him at the club. I don't know how much he's going to start. I'm really torn.
That's the thing for me, is like he's having a lot of these kind of what we'll call sort of diva moments and things on social media, and a lot of them are because he isn't starting. He's not going to start here either.
That's what I mean.
Gittins might play ahead of him. Anyone who plays off the left might well play ahead of him. Like he's certainly not going to be starting every game as the main man. There's no chance. So
True.
It's going to cause more problems.
A quick one. I'm going to tread delicately here because this is from multiple Chelsea accounts on Twitter I've just seen. Again, I'm treading carefully because it's Fabrizio Romano on DAZN. Now, I haven't seen this, so I haven't physically seen him say this, so I'm being careful. Last week, I give Xavi Simons a 70% to Chelsea. Today, on Monday, I'm going to give it 80%. It looks increasingly likely. Still some work to do, but advanced. Sounds close, guys. Sounds close. Closer than close.
This fucking here we go meter is driving
Here we
me
go.
mental as well.
I've got to be careful. Don't want another tweet.
Now it's 71%. Next week it'll be 72.5%. My God. Who
Chris,
gives a shit?
Chris,
oh
what do you think?
God.
Chris, I need you.
It annoys me, you know.
Yeah, well, we're going to keep talking about it. It might break. It's close. Don't worry. When we next do another episode, it'll still be close, but it'll be closer than it was on Monday when it was close.
Yeah, it'll be 82%. Wow.
Yeah. It's time, of course, for our Chelsea players to watch ahead of the 25-26 campaign. I mean, I backed. Look, I'm just talking shit here. I've lost all train of thought there. This is why you listen. What I did say was ahead of the 24-25 season, I backed Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, and I made a biscuit bet that he'd get over 9.5 goal involvements, and he finished with 9. Oh, so close.
You lost that biscuit, Mikey.
0.5. Why didn't he just fucking pass the ball.
Because he can't. Because he couldn't.
Just put it in the net.
He wasn't good enough.
Oh, well, it got better. I also picked Mark Cucurella, and I was right there. Chris went with Christopher Nkunku and Myra Ramirez. One of two there, I'd say. Ollie, you chose Moises Caicedo and Levi Colwill. I think we all did pretty well there.
You.
And there's even a part where we all discuss Caicedo and basically all say he could have an outstanding campaign and be spoken like Kante and Makelele in 10 years' time. And I'm like, well played, boys. We did that.
Not bad on the old prediction there.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yep.
So we've looked at the reviews of last season. Let's see who we're keeping our eyes on this coming season. And I mean, I've got the easiest first pick. I've got Joao Pedro. He's the one guy I've got an eye on this season because he just feels like a difference maker. You know, he had a strong spell at Brighton and some serious composure was shown during the Club World Cup. And he's already shown that he can step up under pressure. His versatility across that front line is going to be an absolute huge asset this season under Maresca. And he's going to love the ability that he has to drop deep, link play, create space for others. We talked about it on the scout report. And this is the thing. Chelsea fans should be excited because I don't think this is just going to be another shiny signing. I think this is an actual proven Premier League quality player. I don't think we need to worry about the adaptation period. He's got all the tools to become a star in blue. He's already shone on that world stage, the Club World Cup. Let's time to shine on the league stage, please. We're the best team in the world, yet we're not the best team in England. Let's change that. Did any of you have Joao Pedro and any thoughts on him ahead of this season?
No, I didn't have him.
Yeah, I didn't either, but that's only because I kind of knew someone else would. So I want to be a bit different. But obviously, he looks really good pre-season.
He looks way better the pre-season than I thought he would look. For being on the beach, doesn't know the system, anything like that. Like he is quality, isn't he?
You know what's funny as well, right? He had never scored a goal outside the box of Brighton. First game for us, he scores one.
It's a Chelsea effect, mate.
How about that for a fact? I stumped you then, didn't I?
The only thing that worries me was what we saw at the Club World Cup because he was playing with freedom, because he had no idea. Well, he probably had some idea how to, he's not an idiot. Footballers know how to play football and in certain systems. However, he did come into a team where he hadn't been training with them and he had that bit of freedom. That's always a worry. Yeah, I don't want it coached out of him.
The question is it like it's a Maresca hopefully sees that and he's like, right, I don't have to do anything.
I'm not going to wreck this.
Yeah, like, if he stops scoring, then we'll do something.
Yes. Right. Ollie, who did you have? Who did you have?
First one's obvious one for me, Estevao.
I have him.
How can you not be excited for this kid? My God. Like they're looking out for him for the season ahead. And the question is, a part of the reason for me he's like one to watch. It's like it's in a positive sense, but also in like a bit of a almost I'm just curious to see what happens sense, because he's had a lot of hype. We had a lot of money spent on him. It's been a long time coming because when we bought him, he was 16 years old. For him to be coming to Chelsea, he's clearly very, very talented. When is he going to face that adjustment? When is he going to have the hardship? Is he going to struggle? But for me, like, I don't think, and I'm saying this tentatively, I don't think there's a potentially more exciting player to watch for us this season in terms of like not knowing what you're going to expect.
That I agree with. I do agree with. Berth, did you have him?
No, I didn't. Again, I thought someone would pick him, so I thought, I'm going to be different. I'm just going to be proper,
right.
out. But I think obviously Estevao's a pretty obvious one. Got a lot of hype. When people use the term wonder kid, you do almost get scared that it could just be the hype. But from what I've seen of him, looks sharp, looks really good. I hope he gets a game time, because again, that's another thing that I'm a bit hesitant about. Will he be trusted? Will he adapt? All things that you got to think about. But if he hits the ground running like his potential, then I think we could have a real special player on our hands. But it's just whether he gets that chance and that trust.
He's going to take some time to adjust, I think, and he is going to struggle at times. Like he's going out in the best league in the world. He's a winger, so he's going up against some of the best defenders in the world, right? In the best league in the world. It's not going to be easy.
It's when he comes up against someone like a James Tarkowski for instance, that I will worry about it.
Yeah.
And that sounds ridiculous, but when someone's just
not.
going to lay it in
Yeah.
and just like push him off the ball, that's when I want to see him do something.
Well, they
That's-
say youth and exuberance is no match for old age and treachery.
Well,
you know,
we know how those sort of players they can bastard you up. That's the thing.
they can.
I had Estevao, and I know it's a bit boring. Someone's gonna say it's boring. This is my list. It's my choices. It's who I'm excited to see. And if there's one name that does scream that excitement, it is Estevao. He's nicknamed Messinho back in Brazil. That's no pressure at all. You know, this kid,
that's what I mean. No, it's
you are right.
you
He's already won back-to-back Ballon d'Ors. He's already better than Joao. He's already one of the greatest of all time. And
The thing that's encouraging though is like he is at least as far as I can understand from Brazilians who actually watched him mostly, he is as good, if not better, than Neymar was at his age.
Oh, I mean, he's got flair. He's got swagger. We know he has an absolute magical left foot that gets you off your seat. And of course, he's quite raw. But you do see the maturity in his dribbling and his decision making. And that's beyond his age. Again, like you said, with the Neymar thing. And he's going to be eased in carefully, which I think is absolutely spot on and the smartest move to go about. I was fully glad to hear that. And he's going to be a name that Chelsea fans talk about every week, either for what he just did or for what he might do next. I'm really excited. I think...
Yeah. The one thing for me, it's the media. If the media take against him and latch onto him after a few poor performances, how's he going to react from that?
But to be fair, the media, we're part of that, I suppose, with the podcast element. However, you just got to ignore it. It's just, look, I know.
Don't listen, Estevao. Don't listen to the show.
It is human nature to look at comments. We're all guilty of it. You know, if someone spoke about you, what was it? And if it's negative, it will wreck your. That's the thing. I could give you, everyone listening, I could give you 99 positives about yourself. I could. But that 100th comment will be a negative, and you'll remember that all day. You won't think of the positives, you'll think of that negative. And that's what shit. And I honestly think footballers would be better off just not having social media. It's so hard to say that because they're going to look, they're going to read. It's just not worth it because we all know what toxic mess is online, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Right. I will go to Bert.
Right. So this one, I think you won't expect, but I'm going to go for Enzo Fernandez.
I like it.
Just based on last season, I think obviously we've said numerous times, our most improved player. This next season, he's going to kick on even more because he's a really important player for us now. That partnership with Caicedo grew last season,
and the leadership too, right?
Leadership, exactly. He's going to be a massive player for us, really important player for us. I think he's going to be one that I think is going to grow. He's going to become one of the best midfielders in the league. And if he can get more goals this season, more assists this season, and then it'll be an incredible season for him. I think the turnaround he's had has been absolutely phenomenal, and I just hope it's not a one-season thing. I hope he continues and he kicks on. It'll be real interesting to see how much he develops this season as well, because he's still very young. And like I said, his leadership. I think for me, I think he's the most natural leader of the group. I just want to see that grow as well.
And in terms of because you're right in terms of saying like he's definitely gone up a level, maybe 2 levels this season he's gone, and he's got to go up again. Is it just the goals and assists for you that you need to see more of to go up another level? Like what does that look like for you?
I don't think so. I don't think it's necessarily just the goals and assists. Obviously, I'd like to see more of that because I think he's got it in him. And I've said before that I think Gallagher going is the best thing that happened to him. I think for me, he's got to dictate more games because when he does dictate the pace of the game, no one gets near him. No one gets near us. So I think if he does that on a more consistent basis, which to be fair, he did last season, but I want to see a bit more consistency in every sort of game. I want him to give me most games last season, he was a 6 out of 10. This season, I want to see him be a 7, 8 out of 10 most games because I know he's got it in him. And I just want to see him move that ball quicker. I want to see him spraying them passes like I know he can. And I just want to see him, when he plays well, we'll win the game.
Yeah,
and I think that's just a fact.
I love that. I want to hear your second one because I've already got two out. So let's hear your second.
I've actually gone for Jarell Hato. Or
I
Hato.
like that. I like that.
I love
Mainly
it. Rhymes with Pato, so
It does. Mainly because on Football Manager, he's an absolute. He's one of my go-to players.
That can't be why.
No, but I've got like a
show.
I've got a strong affiliation with him anyway. So I've watched clips of him and I've watched him a few times at Ajax. Real versatile player, only 19. I think he's physical enough. I think he's really good on the ball. I think he could be the partnership that Cole needs to kick on. I know a lot of people saying he's back up for Cucurella, which he is. But I think for me, I'd love to see him at centre back. I'd love to see. I know he's a left-sided centre back, but I'd love to see him in that role because I think he's an absolute Rolls Royce. And again, he's going to need time to develop. I don't think he's going to start straight away. And look, Chalobah and Cole have got a good partnership going. I wouldn't want to ruin that. But for me, I think he's got all the attributes to be unbelievable at centre back for us.
He's a born leader as well.
He is.
Like, didn't he captain Ajax at 17 years old?
Exactly.
Which
And
is ridiculous achievement.
And again, I know it's this thing of always from the Dutch league, always this one of the kid. There's a lot of hype, which is always a worry. But I think this kid has got all the attributes to be very, very, very good and very important for us.
Someone did touch on us, we should say, and mention about how many players we've got in our squad that have captained their previous clubs. You got a very, very good point. I mean, Hato is one of those. I have completely drawn a blank on who are the other players that we've signed that captained. Andre Santos, obviously. See, I'm struggling. My brain has just completely gone. I'm like,
who was?
Some people are going to have to tell us.
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
Did Caicedo captain Brighton ever? He might have done.
Yeah, I don't know. Some listeners, help us out, please, and we'll shout you out. Who's your second player, Ollie?
It's a bit of a boring one, but it's Cole Palmer.
He's my third as well.
Wow.
Because I don't think he had the best season last season. I think he was good. I think he was at least a level below what he can be. And so I'm interested to see in the next season if he does go back to that kind of level he was at before, or if like the season we've just had is the more consistent level of his that we've seen. To be fair to him, his teammates have not helped him last season. Was he massively underperforming, like expected assists or whatever, because people just couldn't finish his chances. And we've all seen the compilations on Twitter of just everyone basically missing his when he's putting it on a plate for people. Hopefully now with a bit more sort of striking acumen, you got Delap, got Pedro and things like that, there's going to be a little bit more of that consistency in that regard. But I really want to see first season Palmer again. Because I'm really excited to think of if we do get him. We are all a couple years older now, a couple years wiser, another year of Maresca. Like, if he has a good season, nothing can stop us. Nothing.
100%. 100%. You're right. I mean, he's our talisman. He game changer. Absolute great player when he's on form. Berth, anything to add as he was your third?
I agree with Ollie. I mean, he's still got 15 Premier League goals, which is I still think very, very good. I like to see him on a more consistent basis do it next season, which I think he will. I think he was just burnt out for a lot of last season, which I think is fair and understandable. But I think for me, if he plays like I know he can consistently, he's the best player in the Premier League. And I think he'll win player of the season if he plays like he did in his first season this year. I think he's our best player, definitely our best attacking player. And he's still very, very young. Again, people forget that. But yeah, I don't think anything phases him. I don't think the pressure will get to him. He's just Cole Palmer, isn't he? So yeah.
I'm assuming, Ollie, you have one. I have one left.
Yeah, I got one more.
I don't think you'll have mine, so I will go with this guy. I've got Kendry Pies. See,
That's interesting.
because
Because he's
Kendry,
not actually at Chelsea now.
exactly, he may not be at Stamford Bridge yet, but I don't think we should sleep on him. His loan move to Strasbourg is the perfect opportunity to develop with regular minutes. And I genuinely, I know he's not going to be playing for us in the team, but I just thought it'd be cheeky because Chelsea fans should absolutely be keeping tabs. Just look at how that loan move developed Andre Santos. Just look at that. You know, he's not going to Nottingham Forest. He's going to play games. We know that because we basically own Strasbourg. You know, look at, for me, we've seen glimpses of his immense potential with Independiente del Valle and, of course, Ecuador's national team. You know he's quick. You know he's creative. And again, that word, potential, he has such a high ceiling. And at just 18, he's got vision, he's got swagger. And if he thrives in France, then he'll return to Chelsea next summer as the breakout youngster to watch in our team. I can't wait to see how he plays because it will give us it will be the ultimate litmus paper test. Is he up to what we want as a top
Can
player?
he pass the Strasbourg test?
That is the thing.
Santos
there you go.
did.
Yeah, exactly. Petrovic did, got secured a move. I mean, worst case, mate, you get a secured move to another team in the Premier League. But best case, you're playing in the Chelsea first team. And you know what? You'll be 19. That's pretty awesome, I think. So if anyone's got nothing to add, we'll go to Ollie. But anyone anything to add on Kendry?
No, I quite like the shout, to be fair.
The only thing I think for him is he's got to have the right people around him. It's very easy. We spoke about it a bit earlier with Estevao, with the media and things like that. I think Paez, it seems that the media already have kind of caught on to him a little bit. So I think it's kind of almost doubly the case for him. He needs to have the right people around him, giving him the right advice, you know, in order to keep his head down, you know, do what he can, build his brand, build his career. And hopefully he thrives from it. But yeah, I think if he's getting sucked into the drama, if he's pulling a Garnacho at any point, like, you know, like he's got so much talent, and it would be such a waste if he doesn't hit his potential.
Who have you got? Who have you got as your final player to watch?
My final one is Andre Santos.
Yeah, I was tempted by him
because even though we've got the partnership of Enzo and Caicedo that's working so well these days. There's definitely, like, Caicedo played like 60 games last season, crazy. Enzo played a lot of games as well, to be honest, and he's been running around like a demon most of the time in a lot of games lately. So they are going to get tired. We need them both at their full level because we're going to be in the Champions League. You can't have a tired Caicedo going up against Real Madrid. You don't want like a tired Enzo Fernandez getting run at by, like, I don't know, a Bayern Munich attack, right? You need them on their top level. So we need someone who's at the level to be able to come in, do a job as a replacement, as a backup for now, and see if he can take a bit of strain off their shoulders. We thought that was Lavia, but unfortunately the guy's just made a paper mache.
Yeah.
So that the mantle now kind of, and of course now Ugochukwu has gone as well, the mantle falls to Santos. He will be, in a sense, he's competing with Lavia, but Lavia is never fit. So like he's going to have a good opportunity to be able to play a lot of games this season and to impress. And for me, he's going to be a really exciting one to watch. I think we're going to see him in a lot of cup games. We should see him in some of the Prem games when we can afford to, you know, rest our players, or if we've got a midweek Champions League game that's important. You know, like I think he's going to see a lot of time on the pitch this season if he's lucky. And we know what a good player he is, so that is all the better for us.
100%. Anything to add, Berth, before we move to questions?
No, I think Ollie's sort of nailed it right on the head, to be fair. I think it's absolutely spot on from him.
Can't wait to see how we did next year. That'd be fun.
Not bad for a guy with no ball knowledge, eh?
Yeah, you're not.
I never said that, Ollie.
That wasn't you. That wasn't you.
Right, Quaresma's questions. First question. I got NJ Brand. Is it even worth it to cover transfers anymore? Maybe just a segment on the first team players. Now, look, I totally understand why you'd ask and say that. I do, and I'll answer your question with this. Listeners want to hear our thoughts and feelings. I think that as well on transfers and how we feel that they could or could not work with this team that we have, Chelsea. And a lot of our listeners do come to us for that guidance, I feel, and that opinion. And the transfer news cycle is never ending. It really is. And to not cover it, I feel for me would be a disservice to the people that listen for our opinions, because I feel like this show as well is how some people understand a player or get a feel on what they're about or who they're. To not cover, I couldn't do it. Can't do
Or
it.
maybe they
Yeah,
listen
do
to
it.
what we have to say and they find their own opinion, like that's kind of a mix of what we've said and what they think, and it just helps inform them for what they're doing. I think the football is all about transfers. As much as we all hate the transfer window these days, and it feels a bit like a chore having to get through the circus of it every year, it is important to keep an eye on it because it informs how your team might be doing next season. You don't, and that's extra important for shows like this because I presume some of you guys, you listeners, guys and gals, you want to be, keeping informed on what's going on.
Yeah. I won't lie. When Let's Go put on our Twitter, I bet we will get a cry session from all of you. Your favourite is gone. Yeah, I was devastated, Dewsbury-Hall. I was like, I've got to talk about how I feel about it because he's just such a great guy. This guy's getting so much airtime, and he deserves it. Oh man, can't look at a photo of him. Oh,
Can I say how I feel about Dewsbury-Hall?
No,
real quick.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
No, I'm not allowed.
No.
All right.
No.
Just move on, Mikey.
Yeah, not a chance.
Right, Dean has asked if you had to have a guess. When do you think, oh no, the Club World Cup will catch up on us and affect our season and key players due to fitness, fatigue, etc.? I don't know.
Probably about the 18th of August.
Yeah, I really don't know. Part of me thinks when we were in that November, December slog that we all like, I think it'll catch up on us and we're like, we needed that break. Or I feel the complete opposite and think we're all ready. We've had a little rest for 4 weeks. We're already past pre-season fitness because we've been in competitive games 4 weeks ago. We'll probably continue and be fine. I have no idea. I really don't know.
I think it's a difficult one because I think there will have to be at some point some kind of fatigue setting. I think it will probably be around Christmas. And to me, that's not necessarily like a player issue or a squad issue. For me, this is like a manager issue. I think Maresca has to recognise that they've not had a lot of rest. Even in like the past 2 or 3 years, the players just haven't had that much rest in general, especially within the international competitions and stuff in the summertime, and then of course the Winter World Cup as before, and all of that stuff. So I think it's important for Maresca, and I was quite encouraged actually by what I heard the other day, where it's saying like he doesn't see himself as having like a set starting 11.
Yeah,
like everyone needs to rotate, everyone needs to chip in because that's what's going to be needed. Because there's going to be a point in the season where people are tired. There is a lot of fatigue. Players always want to play, but it's going to be up to the manager to say, listen, you look a bit leggy. You're going to take this one. You're going to sit this one out. I know it's a risk, but we're going to give you, this other guy an opportunity, and hopefully it kicks on and it will be all right. And that's how you look after your players, and that's how you manage expectations, and that's also how you keep everyone in the squad happy, but you also keep the fitness at the highest level that it needs to be to sustain through a whole Premier League season. We have a big squad, so we have to use it.
It would be interesting because we have so many new players in the team that are going to not have that burnout, so to speak. I mean, we've got brand new signing Read the Game. We know how good that they can be. It's just how they read the game. They're so good. Don't sleep on Read the Game. Why
I like Reece James
him?
Personally.
Well, I'm just devastated. None of us picked Read the Game as a player to watch. Should have really done that. We will end and wrap up today's show with our end of Monday show game.
Oh no, I'm with Ollie.
Listen, you complain about me all the time, and these days we're doing pretty well.
We're doing all right.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to ask stupid questions on purpose now.
No. I did well last week. Who did I get last week?
It was you and me together last week.
It was Henrik Larsson. It was Henrik Larsson, weren't it? Was Henrik Larsson last week?
It was.
Yeah. I got you there, Ollie. I got you there.
Right. 20 footballer, 20 questions. I've got a mystery footballer. You get 20 yes or no questions to figure it out. The floor is yours.
Do you want to go first,
Ollie?
Beth?
No, Ollie, you go first.
All right. Are they a retired player?
I'd best check that. No, they're not retired. No,
They're
they're
not retired.
Right.
Narrows it down.
Help me work that out.
Do they play in the Premier League?
They do not.
Have they ever played in the Premier League?
They have, yeah.
Have they won the Premier League?
They have.
Ooh, okay.
I say go continent now, Ollie.
Yeah. What, as in where they play or where they're from?
Know where they're from, I think.
All right. Okay. Are they from South America?
No.
Are they from Europe?
Yes.
Okay. How did they win the Premier League in the last 10 years?
Yes.
That's a bit of a waste of a question, Ollie, to be honest with you. I think you panicked there. I think you have panicked a bit there.
Shut the fuck up, Berth.
Are they a forward?
No.
Are they a defender?
No.
So midfielder or keeper then?
We'll have to narrow it down. Are they a midfielder?
No.
Okay, so they're a goalkeeper.
That's quite helpful.
So we're down to
helpful.
10 questions in.
So, right, they've won the Premier League. They've played
Yeah.
Ooh.
European who's won the Premier League.
Berth's just
in the
about
last
to shoot
10
a
years.
name and
Go
be
on.
just the king.
Go on, Berth.
I'm not just going to shoot a name because that's ridiculous. Right, Ali, it's your question next. You
All
cook.
right.
That was, I think.
Okay.
Don't ask a stupid question, though.
Okay. Do they currently play in Europe?
Yes, they do. They do play in Europe.
Do they play in the Liga?
They don't play in
Ooh.
Spain. They
Ooh.
don't play in Spain.
That's see, I was going down a route there.
I have a name in mind.
Ooh.
Can I just chuck a name?
Well, you've got 2 guesses and no one's used their first guess. So
All right, I'm going to use one if that's all right, Berth.
Go on then.
Go on.
Is it Kasper Schmeichel?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh!
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Well done, team.
Yeah,
12
well done.
You
questions.
slag me off every time we play this game, Berth.
No,
We
I
are-
was doing anything. Yeah, fair play. I was going to be my guess. Well done, Ollie. Well done.
you.
That Premier League question, you're literally approaching the 10-year anniversary.
That's what I was thinking of. Berth said it was a stupid question. It was the linchpin.
Amazing.
It was a stupid question.
Yes.
Ollie, in hindsight.
Casper
Stupid question that won us
Schmeichel.
the game.
The
It didn't win
player
us the game. They did it.
who this keeper famously won the League Two Golden Glove in 2009-2010. What an achievement that he will always talk about. Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Was that for Notts County as
yeah,
well?
it was for Notts County when they won the league.
Your ball knowledge is stupid, bro. You happen to know that in the 09-10, Kasper Schmeichel, who nobody had heard of back then, was playing at Notts County in League Two.
Yeah, because
Yep.
don't you remember they signed Sol Campbell? They'd brought in Sven. Who was it? Who did not? I can't remember. I think Sven left. It was such an infamous period as well, Notts County, because they had an ownership. There's a great video on HIT7's did it. And
There's nothing infamous about Notts County.
Well, they got bought by
Whoa.
this huge, mega wealthy owner, but they kind of didn't exist. It's absolutely mad. It is
It
worth
was a
looking
strange
into.
period, weren't it?
Yeah, they had such a surreal period. It's worth looking at. It's really worth looking at. Right, with that, listeners, we're at the end of another episode. So thank you as always for tuning in. And before we go, don't forget, proudly partner of Head in the Game, mental health charity using football support wellbeing and community. You can find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back later this week. I believe we have a guest on. I hope so. We've got to get the times in, but I believe it's going to be good. It means we're going to literally blitz through Shevva shoutouts. So if you do put one in, don't be too upset if we kind of don't read them out till like Monday, because our guest has a bit of a, they've got to be somewhere else after our show. So we're going to try and keep it short because, as we know, we
got
do go
Savage Siemens coming on the show.
He
Afterwards, he's going to sign for Chelsea after the
yeah,
show.
he's Xavi Simmons is going to tell us
Definitely
all.
tune in for that. That's
And
definitely
then
real.
next week we've got Neil Sullivan on, who will have a
And
driving lesson.
yeah, I can't wait for Xavi Simons to tell us. So how close is the deal? He's very close, lads. Very close. Very close. Yeah, it's closer than it's now 85%. I was like, bloody hell. Oh, it's so you got a shirt number. We're not that close, but we're approaching it. We're approaching it stage by stage. So yes, till then, that'll be us. Signing off. You've been listening to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At the Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.